Welcome to 5 in 5, a series where I share 5 journaling ideas in 5 minutes. Color-themed journaling is honestly my favorite way to journal because it gives you a foundation to work from. This is the tray that I keep on my desk where I have 6 sections with 6 different colors of little bits of journal fodder ready to go so that I can just sit down and start working on a color-themed page or journal. Doing some decoupage with translucent papers like tissue or napkins or anything else that's a bit see-through is a lovely way to bring some layering and depth to your pages in your art journal. This is a little bottle of Mod Podge glue in the super matte version. I love this. I put a little on the piece of tissue and then brush it evenly over the tissue with a paintbrush that I keep on hand for this purpose. And then once I lay it down, I put another thin layer of Mod Podge on top of it to just seal it, and it's going to look really nice when it's dry. Then you can do basically anything on top of this. If you're someone who likes to do harmonious artwork the way that I do, working with a concertina style journal can be a little bit intimidating because it's one continuous piece. I like to choose smaller sections of the journal and create vignettes or little groupings of things that kind of work together. In this case, I'm using a little piece of lightly patterned tissue, a piece of patterned paper that's from some packaging that has a little bit more edge to it, and then I've got a sticker with a nice leaf image on it. I think this all works together nicely, and then I'm just going to move on to the section that's right next to it. If you've got a really strong image like this one that I cut out of a magazine, you don't really have to do a lot with it because it can really stand on its own. But again, because you want everything to kind of work together, I'm going to take the same approach and glue that down here, and then I'm adding this circular shape that I cut out of a vintage looking map, and I think this kind of just softens the edge of the image that I just used. I'm going to talk about creating harmony on your journal pages in another video, but for now I'll just leave it at that. Another thing I really like doing to pull my pages together is doing a little bit of mark making. I use these Tombow brush markers quite often. They have a brush tip on one end and a fine point tip on the other. You can get them in a million colors. They're a little bit expensive, but they last for years. I love doing branch shapes and leaves and flowers and things like that on my journal pages. Those are just the motifs that I gravitate towards the most. Sometimes I get into making them a little bit more detailed, but this is just to create another type of design on my pages. And sometimes I also like doing just little dots, and I love using a metallic Sharpie marker because you can draw on anything with these basically. I like to keep a few pages from old worn poetry books around, and I sometimes cut out a few lines of a poem and put them on my journal page just to give it a little bit of a text element, and sometimes I even just paste on the title of the poem. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some ideas. Most of all, I hope you felt inspired to journal your world. If you want to see how I made this little journal and learn more about getting organized to make quick journal pages, see the links in my description. Take care now.